Hello and welcome to an evening with Heidi. I am back again. I had to run out and do some exchanges. So today we're gonna do a little quick short something. I did a little entertainment earlier. So I was talking to you guys yesterday about things that's going on in the world events, entertainment world, uh, world news, uh, hood, hood style, hood talk, the reasons of why people do what they do coming from the hood. Um, so, uh, and I'm gonna do a little. I may have time to do a little journalism news dealing with what India had to say about a controlled pro America. So I have those notes down. But so I'm gonna be skipping around. I did pick some flowers today, you guys, and look at these beautiful flowers. Look at these beautiful flowers that I picked today. These are we still got flowers growing in November. It's still spring in November here in Detroit. So I have a mixture here. Yeah, and I'm gonna juice those. So yeah. So this is Take It Easy Saturday. Take it easy Saturday. Chit chat, you know. That's what I probably call it, Take It Easy Chit Chat Saturday. But so so they had some expressions about whatever business they try to take care of theirs. They probably was like, hey, shoot, we gonna keep business as usual because they try not to say too much. So a lot of the India people, they get a lot of supply and they do businesses with other countries and stuff. So they were also saying that uh basically the journalist that said it, she said India was saying let everyone be a free world, you know. So she expressed this of a pro America, a controlled order. We're talking about the New World Order, so controlled order has been weakened and they should join. That's what they're going to say in the end. You join, you do what we say, or else you won't be able to buy or sell. And this is during the Great Tribulation. This show is for educational purposes, fair use, entertainment, and everything that I say is allegedly. And there are some things that are facts in my mind. And the Bible speaks for itself that the facts are there. But this was a news journalist. So since you don't know about it, I will say allegedly. So it's been weakened and they should join, accept other countries' decisions of their way of doing business. They do, everybody got their own way of doing business. Basically what they're saying. You can join, but we gonna do things the way we've been doing it. So do you agree with India uh to India to take care of India? Do you feel we should mind our own business and keep our mouths shut? What's the dealio, y'all? You know what I'm saying? So I'm mixed with Indonesian and I'm looking at all aspects of the scenarios. So that was just a little Indian talk. Also, you guys, I ran into a situation where I had a Karen experience yesterday. I had a Karen experience, and I'm an original, different type of soul sister. You know what I'm saying? I'm not your average black soul sister. It's just I'm like a rainbow. And they were coming behind me. These were like little witches. Was an old one and a young. When they was tailgating me, baby, I thought they was gonna knock me off the road. We come in us soul sisters. We come in many different colors, but it was something about that anointing that was on you. If you got that special anointing on you, it's something else. So I was going to also talk about poverty leads to desperate decisions and willing to sacrifice what's necessary for their work that they're putting in of idolatry. Okay, so uh, and we know that Holly Strange and a lot of show business. My mom was in show business. Is the enemy stomping ground, and in many places, in most places, So, and you guys, if you like this show, all of my shows, freestyle, mix it up, flower garden. Oh God, I have so many. I went out today, y'all. This guy was tripping, honey, and yeah, I'm kind of like chilling, y'all. Today is chill pill day. Yeah, and I got my little sweater on because I had this little hoodie on earlier, I had the little hoodie on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hood talk, baby. Independent journalism, baby. That's right. We do it hood style from the hood. You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand that when you in the hood, baby, let me tell you, things is not always as it appears. Okay? It is not always as it appears. So you got to realize that when you're desperate and, like I was mentioning the other day, you're desperate and you're trying to get out of a situation, a lot of times people don't read contracts. My daddy taught me at the age of 8 years old to read small print. And I'm like, why would you teach a child that young? Because he wanted to make sure when I got older, it stuck in my head. I figured, because when children get a certain age, maybe like 12, 13, sometimes they listen, they don't. I mean, every child is different. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times kids just won't put it into use, and then they find themselves in a contract possibly for the rest of their life. Yeah, I'm just putting my little chrome on my little nub because I ain't do my nails. So my daddy made sure that he put that in my head at the age of 8 years old. Now, I can't say what he was telling the other kids because I'm the youngest and I wasn't listening to any of the conversations that he may have had with the other children in my household. But I just know he kept it in my head all the way up to when we left the ghetto. He worked 20 years to get us out of the ghetto to move us in a middle class neighborhood in California. So, and he continued to implant it in my head. Kept trying to get me to take up paralegal. I was not interested. Okay. No. But yeah, so my father, he helped a guy get an album. Helped him get his stuff. He put me on the microphone at 8 years old, and so music was a part of the household. My brother was on the guitar. My dad was on the organ. So he planted things in my head very early. And if you don't plant these things in your kid's head early, you know what's going to happen? They're going to sign something and not know what they're signing. There's one celebrity said he didn't finish school, he didn't finish high school, so he didn't know. But you can finish high school, but if you're not taught business and business contracts, you can go to school and you can learn about it. What's the importance of understanding a business contract? What's the importance of promoting yourself? How do you go about, well, not the importance, but how do you go about, publishing your own stuff, mastering your own stuff, owning your own stuff? And we all need somebody for something, you know what I'm saying? You just have to do a background check on them and make sure you got your T's and dots and have your lawyer on deck for that particular field. Entertainment is entertainment lawyer. Construction worker may be a totally different thing. It depends. You got to read. If you sign an application, you should read it. So if you say, oh, well, I didn't know, they're going to be like, oh, well, you should have read. I've ran into situations like that. To where, are you paying attention to the small print? And it wasn't so much of the small print. Sometimes it's just the comprehension. And so you may not understand something. It may be something that's tricky. That's a code word. And it can mean, shoot, you may be on a contract forever. Depending, what I'm saying? Dealing with the show business world, you know what I'm saying? You might be on that contract forever. And then now you got to try to get out of it. Now, how do you get out of it? What is the means of getting out of it? That's the whole key. What is getting out? How is getting out? And what is the requirement of getting out? And if you owe something, how do you pay it back? Maybe you just give away all your stuff that they had, let them make money off of it, and you just get royalties if you even get that. So it's important to do that. It's important to understand things, messages, and stuff. Like I say, people do many things, to try to get out the hood. They're in a bando. So, you got gang members, all that, and you got gang members that are willing to do anything to get out of gangs. You have the doughboy willing to do anything to get out of the game. to get out of the dope game. You have a hooker who may be willing to do anything to get off those streets. She may be willing to do anything, baby, to get off them streets. Did my little eyeliner, y'all guys, you know. I'm wearing my glasses because I'm getting ready to read. So I'm kind of doing freestyle and I'm doing scripted. You guys like my shows? Subscribe, share, hit the notification. Tell people about it, spread the word around. If you're interested in crochet, hair designs, crowns, chokers, tank tops, you know, I can do the tank tops with the decorations on them, all types of different stones, and so on and so forth. Make your request known, 313-971-7779, and someone will contact you to get your request. As well as you can friend me at my Facebook, Heidi Wilkerson, Totsy, Totsy, in the yellow gold, as well as in the blue and black, but I'm mostly on the blue and the gold. And you can also Instagram me at Golden Rose or the Golden Rose Girl. That's right. And friend me, holler at me, you know, say something. And make sure you like, subscribe, and share to your friends, associates, loved ones, enemies, you name it. It's okay. So yeah, you guys, I made these earrings. I made them into clips. They were pierced, and they have the little shingling, little chandeliers. And this is like a little druzy type, you know. So yeah, I put a little gold on my nails because I got the little gold. I got the gold. Yeah, thank you for watching the Multi Variety Show. That's right, the Multi Variety Show. The Multi Variety Show. The Multi Variety Show. The Multi Variety Show. So, hello again to all those who are watching. All of my shows are pre-recorded. And welcome to the commercial advertisement of the new talk show, which is not too much new. It's kind of newly because it's been for a few years now. But I am the host, the new host of the talk show that's called An Evening with Heidi, the multi-variety show. Heidi and Hotsy Totsy back on the rampage. I'm back on the rampage again, baby, in full effect. That's right, Hotsy Totsy on the rampage on a new show called An Evening with Heidi. Along with her self-made designs and slogans, entertainment, news, and spirituality. And information on a YouTube hood. That's right, in the hood, baby. He wanted to do it hood style. Yes, he did now. He wanted to do it hood style. Oh, yes, he did now. He wanted to do it hood style. Yes, he did, y'all. He told me, he said, I wanted to do it hood style. Hood style. Hood style. Welcome and enjoy the show. So, you guys, these young men want to get out. They want to get out. They want to do anything to get out. That's why I try to they listen to me. They listen to me. I hope I ain't doing nothing on my phone. They listen to me. I just talk to them like this. I say, listen to me, bro. I do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Independent. Ain't nothing like being independent. You know what I'm saying? And even then, you got to watch your back. But I say, I walk it to my beat. They hear it in my feet. I talk it on my show. I rap it on the go. Welcome to my new show. I walk it on my feet. They hear it in my beat. Dope boys cuss and swoops no. Don't get mad when you gotta go. Count on, count on, count on. Count on Jesus. Count on him. Yeah. He'll make you glad. Won't make you sad. Count on Jesus. Count on, count on, count on, count on, count on. Count on Jesus. I went tenor on y'all, didn't I? Count on, count on, count on, count on, count on. Yeah. Count on Jesus. Count on, count on, count on, count on, count on. Count on Jesus. Count on Him. Count on, count on, count on, count on, count on. Count on Jesus. Count on Jesus. Count on Jesus. I'm covered in my house. I'm covered in the blood. I'm covered in my life. Don't want no strife. I wrote a song about that. It was a gospel song, but that ain't how it go. And that's a little bit how it go. But yeah, you guys, but you know, the thing is that when you yeah, I started pleading the blood of the lamb, honey. When the witches got behind me, I started pleading the blood of the lamb. I was like, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. But if let me tell you something. Let me explain something, y'all. Let me explain something. When it comes to wealth and funds and a business, what I don't want to get ahead of myself, but what is it about? Back in slavery, what was it about? In slavery, it was about commodity, demand, and supply. You have the supplier, and you have the commodity, and you have the demand. And you have your workers that keeps it going to where you can have these things. So if these masters, if the puppets of the masters of the enemy, you know, if these three, 1, 2, 3, commodity, demand, and supply, he'll supply but one must deliver to keep what? To keep his employment, baby. So, so that's how it was in slavery, you know. These are the things that's going on. Also, I was going to talk a little bit about today. I was going to add a little bit of something to chit chat, chilling Saturday, along with jealousy and competition. Jealousy and competition dealing with and also it's going to be like a little gospel touch. Jealousy, going to be jealousy and competition in the church, gospel touch, and along with chit chat, musical Saturday. So because I was talking about, and I really don't need my glasses for this because I've been around it long enough. So, but I'm just going to use it just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm using my husband's phone because I have hardly any storage on my phone, you guys. Woo! And let me shut this on. It's kind of bright in here. So you guys. So I'm glad you guys had a chance to see my little flowers. Aren't they beautiful? They just they're coming out. And I have these beautiful colors. There's one that's this color. It's like a mauve. It's so pretty. And then this one's like a little lavender, little lilac, African lilac or something. Yeah, but then I have a beautiful yellow. And there's a little fuchsia one. But and I also have, yeah, this is like a dark pink, almost like a fuchsia. That one was like almost like a red type of melon or something. Yeah, I had found that on another part of the house. But then I have these little white ones. But you know, the thing is that, and I'm gonna be mixing it up, y'all. You know, I go back and forth. You know, I might, you know how I do. But because we're gonna still go back to entertainment if I have time, if I have enough storage about what's going on in the world and Halloween. You know, where does the church stand in this? Is the church reaching out? See, the problem with the church, and this is gonna coincide my jealousy. I'm talking about jealousy and competition in the church. We so busy competing and being jealous of one another, we're not concentrating on winning souls for Christ. Who's wearing the best clothes? Who got the most money? Who got what and who don't? You looked at like as if you a reject, or maybe you did something really wrong. Why, God ain't blessed you or whatever. And even if that is the case, you can't be looking at folks sideways. Where the crap did I do with my lighter? I just had it in my hand. I was just here. But yeah, you can't do that. And also too, this is very important, what I'm getting ready to say. Oh, this is very deep. This is very deep. I need to pull out my deepest. I got some Bob Marley called Deep as something. I ain't even gonna say. It's called Deep as funk. Funk, funk you up. But that ain't the real word, y'all. But it's similar. It's called Deep. I might know if I have a time enough to do a part 2. I'll do a part 2. But yeah, it's called Deep as Funk. Because this is deep. Let me say something. Okay, and I got my note right here, so I won't lose my note on what I was saying. The reason why, and it was one young man said that he tried to come back to the church. He was in the entertainment, got lots of money. My brother knows him. My brother has a studio next to here. The thing about it is, one of my brothers, he went to the church and the church rejected him because of his lifestyle. You don't do that. You don't reject people because of their lifestyle. You have to forgive. God forgave you, so who's you? He that's without sin, let him cast the first stone. But the jealousy and the competition is also with the men. I've been in churches where the men you have these over-religious type of spirits, and they'll be jealous because you got somebody in there, so they want to make it look like, you fornicating or you are sin because you ain't got a ring on your finger. They don't know. Brother man could just be picking the sister up. Or she may be living in one of his properties. I don't mean they doing that. Brother probably got money. You know what I'm saying? But probably ain't nothing going on. You don't really know. And if you discerning and you see it in the spirit that is going on, then you come to them privately and say, hey, Lord really want to use you. You really anointed. But right now, you living in sin, you shacking, you fornicating, and if that's not true, that person gonna check you. But if it is true, they're gonna be like, well, wow, you saying that because you don't see a ring on my finger? And they be like, no, it don't have nothing to do with that. You could be engaged. It don't matter. This is what I see. Okay, we really see it, or you just trying to see if that's what's going on? Because you got to watch people. They're trying to see if that's what's going on. Like, yeah, she's doing it because she started crying. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm not telling you my business, and that's on the real. So, like that. Hey, my earring got all attached to the doggone phone. When somebody called and threw my rhythm right off. But yeah, so and also too, the church dealing with giving. I'm gonna talk a little bit about giving. When you give and you married to somebody and they're not a giver, because you're not gonna be everything alike. But if you're a giver and they're not, you're more than likely unequally yoked. Because there was a lady from the South and her husband was from here. And he was a virgin when she met him. So he lost his virginity to her. And he had a giving spirit, but she didn't. And when she did decide she's going, I'll take a bracelet off and I'll give it to this individual because the person said they liked that bracelet, that's because they felt guilty, felt convicted. They knew they had that stingy spirit because when that person came to them, they felt the power of God and it made them feel guilty. And then also a young man wanted to take somebody out to eat, and she was like, well, they got to have their money. You got to ask their mama. They might not have no money. They might not have anything. So you need to stay out of it and mind your business. If somebody wants to be a blessing to somebody, you let them be a blessing to them and mind your business. That's where we bring a curse on our life because you stay out of God's business. Let people help people in the church. They want to spend money and buying food, let them do that. That's the problem. And there was also a first lady from the Church of God in Christ. Oh, I'll take you to Focus Hope, but didn't want to take you to a store. There was a Baptist church. They took you to a store. I'm like, that's opposite. Mostly Baptists, they do a lot of good things. They give food. My son's father's his ex, she was a famous lady, and she passed away, but she was a famous lady. They're a lot older than me. I was really a lot younger than my son's dad. But she come from Baptist church, and they give, and she makes sure that they eat for holidays. She ain't got no kind of stingy spirit, and she be doing free shows and everything. But my son's dad was with her back. I was like really young. I was back in California, but they were like teenagers. shacking up here in Michigan. So, and there's another one too. She was a part of a group, but you know, I don't know about her, but I know this other one was from a Baptist church, and she was a big giver. She lived a worldly life, but they were big givers. You can give, and it can be, you say, I'm doing this because this is in my heart, I'm a good person, but you must do it unto the Lord. You must be following the Lord. You can't do all those things and you're serving the devil too. It just doesn't work. It's just in vain. You reap what you sow. You'll get good things to come to you, but it doesn't mean that it came from the Lord, because the enemy carries a pot of gold just to say, hey, can he have their soul? So if you a first lady, should every first lady be a first lady? Is she eligible to be a first lady? Is the man the pastor? And you have some women as pastors too, and bishops as well. But the Bible says the bishop is the husband of one wife, so I don't believe a woman should be a bishop. But he can use the woman. He can use a woman to win souls like anybody else, or probably just as much. But like I say, you want to be equally yoked. One's selfish and one is giving. That's not of the Lord. And when you think it's your church, it's a problem, because it's not your church, it's the Lord's church. You might own it physically, but God owns it. So you run so much, you're limited with what you run. Sometimes even if you own it, you got to back up. Like, I ain't getting in that. My name is Wes, and I'm not getting in the middle of the Lord's best, because he ain't got no mess, nothing but the best. So I'm going to stay back. And people don't do that. They want to have their kids on the drums. They got their special people they want to put on the organ. They don't want to let people be used that got talents, especially their children, no matter if they saved or not. If you put them on the drum, they might get saved. They might get delivered. So their blood is going to be on your hand for your selfishness. Then you want to sell food and don't want to give it away. That's not of God. And when you do give it away, you want to give away hand-me-downs from other places. Bell peppers. Person is homeless, how they going to cook a bell pepper? They need a hot meal. They just take them out and buy some food. And you got to be careful and use wisdom, because you don't know what kind of person you're dealing with. But you got to use discernment. You just got to use discernment in whatever you do. You can't walk in fear. Well, I'll do it this way because I'm afraid. No, you got to do it the way the Lord say you got to do it. And can't be afraid. You got to have the spirit of fear got to be off. You just got to have discernment. Like, the Lord will show you if something ain't right. You just got to be in the spirit when you do it. Can't be in the flesh. Because if you're in the flesh, you can make it a mess. And it can turn out to be something that ain't good at all. But if you're a first lady and you got a jealous spirit, or you're a pastor and you got a jealous spirit, you see a woman coming in with a man, he got a jealous spirit of him. That's not of God. The man should not be jealous of what, because a lot of times they be mad and jealous because when they see a woman, it's so hard for women to get a husband in the church. You can look as bad as you can be, the baddest chick or whatever, it don't even matter. And then I'm gonna tell you how twisted a lot of these spirits are all up in some of these places. You get a man, he'll go get with a woman that got 3 or 4 little girls. Why are you getting with a woman that got 3 or 4 little girls? Then you got one woman that you have not one woman, but you have another woman with 1 kid, and it's a boy. Boys need a man like never before. Now, she may not be his type. I'm not saying she ain't his type. She ain't his type. But she might be his type. He might, you know what I'm saying? But he go get with the woman that got the little girls. But the same woman, he probably would want her too. She might look better, she might be better, whatever. She got a boy. But because that demon spirit is controlling him to not let him be a man to that boy, he'd rather be a man for some 4 girls to another girl that he probably can control. And also, that's not normal. Why would you want to be a father to 4 girls? And instead of a boy, when a boy needs a man to direct him more than a girl can get the direction from her mother. They need it from both parents, but mainly the mother. That's an abnormality. That is a whoremonger spirit. That's a whoremonger spirit. That is the enemy to try to make your boy turn into something that he should be not. We ain't even going to go there with it, okay? We ain't even going to go there with it. And those men, I'm going to tell you, a lot of those guys are going to be held accountable, saved or not saved. It's going to be a special place in the lake. that they're going to meet themselves in a lake of fire, Hades. So we're getting near the rapture, and it's important that we don't have the jealousy spirit in the church. If you're a first lady and you got a jealousy spirit, and I'm gonna probably send this out to my church friend. I don't know, because I don't, my Bob Marley. She might see the Bob Marley get but she cool though, and she don't be tripping. But she might send it to somebody else and go, what's that? What's that smoke right there? Oh. I ain't no hypocrite, baby. This is the multi-variety show, baby. I talk about the streets. I talk about the hood. I talk about the church. I talk about entertainment. I talk about the local. I talk about world events, worldwide events of the world ending. They're talking about water drying up, food drying up. Honey, it is time to get right with the Lord, okay? No time for judging. At the same time, those things that's in the church got to come out. And we got to stop compromising, let anything go on in the church because people are wealthy and they putting stuff in your donation. Rebuke it, call it out. Call it out the way the Bible say. And then now they're cutting with free speech. So if you say even certain things that's in the Bible that people are actually doing, that's a majority and not a minority. Come on, somebody. Okay? It's a majority, so then you can get canceled or shut down or whatever. That's the enemy saying, I don't want you talking about it because he wants to increase it and make more of it. Because he wants to destroy our boys. And he don't like women. He don't like anything that God made. So his imps be in certain places. Because they can't be everywhere at the same time like the Lord. The Lord can be anywhere. He can be in the water of Indonesia, in the ocean, and be right here on your block in the hood at the same time, baby. Okay? The Lord is gangster with, he is a G with it, okay? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He pop up on the block. Be like, wow, Lord Jesus, how you get here on 33rd Street? I thought you was in Indonesia trying to get the flood goings, and the Lord, he allows the enemy to do these floods. He allowed the enemy to do it. He ain't doing, oh, God did this. God ain't did nothing. He allowed it. When God do it, oh baby, he's showing up and showing out for his people. And you don't want him to show up and shut up on the enemy, because baby, when he show up and shut up on the camp, hey baby, all hands on deck, okay? All hands on deck. So you can cause someone to leave the church with a jealousy spirit because you're jealous of how somebody look. Or then you have some of these ministers be afraid that their wives are going to get jealous of a woman that comes in the church and she's the most beautiful woman in the world that's in the whole church. She's the baddest chick in the whole church. So he starts saying things like, well, yeah, you might be beautiful on the outside, but you ain't beautiful on the inside. And insinuating and directing towards that woman, making her seem like she's some kind of witch or something. Because he want to make his wife feel secure. That's not true ministry. It might be true ministry, but you need to be delivered from that spirit. And then, like I said, I met this one girl. We was doing crochet.